What is this? Funimation, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. This is just. Are y'all messing with us right now? Cause this is some bootleg dubbing casting they got going on right now. Cause like I said, a lot of these characters just do not fit.
So what does the Thabreakmaster think of the free dub now after watching it? I have to say, Funimation, I should have more faith in you guys when it comes to this casting. I will admit, I should have more faith in you guys. Because overall, the dub is actually good. Not decent, but good, people. It's actually good. Now, not to say that this is like no perfect dub. There are some issues still with it, which is always only getting the good. It's not no fantastic dub. Because there are some issues with it that I will talk about. Because they should have recasted somebody in here. Because he is so bad. He is so bad, but I will get to that. So before I actually talk about the main cast and everything like that, I want to talk about the side characters. Because I have to admit, and this is part of the reason why this dub is actually getting the good in the first place. It's because the side characters are showing off. Like, all of them are good for some reason. Freaking Go, we have the swim coach and everything on Iwatobi, and this new guy we see that comes in this episode and these shows. I watched 2 episodes. There's only 2 episodes out. That comes in the show and everything. That's Ren's friend from a long time ago. His acting's freaking great. We have this dude with freaking orange hair that is Kyo from Fruits Basket. If you remember, he's in here and it's so good to actually hear his voice. I haven't heard him in a long time, but he's in there and he's acting his butt off as well. Like, all these side characters are really good when it comes to their acting and their voices. They all fit. I have yet to be disappointed with them. I was like, yo, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, this is what you're supposed to do when it comes. And this is the problem I have with like freaking English dub in general, because usually they'll try to focus so hard on the main cast that they fail to properly cast the side characters as well and everything like that, and the side characters start sounding like off, and then it messes up the whole dub because they ain't good, while the other people are trying their best to try to hold the acting up, you know. So it's really good to actually have the side characters be this strong, because again, that makes the overall dub sound better. So yeah, the side characters, they're all really good. Now let's talk about the main cast here. So I'm going to start off with Ray like I did in my free video before where I was talking about. I started off with Ray and then went down. So Ray, like I said, J. Michael Tatum was a perfect cast for Ray. There's no problem. Like, dude's perfect for him. He's actually probably the best in this freaking dub, in my opinion. Actually, he's doing a great job. I will have to give him that. All right. So J. Michael Tatum, I was not surprised by how good he was going to sound and how perfect he sounded for the character. You know, so I was right. So let's talk about Nagisa now, with Grey Gary's being Nagisa. It kind of surprised me. I mean, yeah, there's Gante Higarashi's voice and everything like that on freaking Nagisa, but it's a little lighter tone, similar to like Negima actually, and you know, it's not bad. Like it kind of fits actually, and then coupled with his voice acting, because he is a really good voice actor. You know, watch Beck to actually see how good he actually is. Beck Mongolian Chop Squad, watch that dub. His performance in there was amazing. All right, so he's really showing off his acting chops here as Nagisa, and he's doing a really good job with him as well, actually. So I will have to give him that as well. He overall in his acting is really good, but I mean, like I said, the voice kind of fits him, so that's kind of like I'm deducting a little bit of points off of him a little bit there, because you know, the voice doesn't quite fit him like that, but I can get used to him. It's not hard to really get used to his voice on that character. So good job, Grey Gary's. Good job, Michael Tatum, by the way, for Ray. So let's move on to Mikoto with Jana Yambash playing him. This is where I started having some issues, actually, I'll admit. Like, the voice doesn't quite fit him really, honestly, and I kind of figured it wasn't. Thing is, though, because Johnny is such a good actor, I'm slowly starting to get used to it a little bit. It's like I need more episodes before I can really get a good feel on Mikoto at this point, because honestly, I'm kind of torn between it right now, because it's just like, it's bothering me because voice doesn't really go with them, but at the same time, because Johnny is acting as well as he is with this character, it's like it's still kind of going with them a little bit. It's hard to explain. It's similar to the show Gangutsuo for me. When I watched Gangutsuo dubbed, and he was the main character in that show, and he had like the Renton type voice from Eureka 7 playing him. And at first, I wasn't really feeling him out, honestly. But after watching more and more episodes of him playing that character, I really, got stuck with the voice, like it was really him at that point, because his acting was just that good that it kind of just, the voice kind of came to me, and it kind of worked after a while, And I think it's one of those things. It's kind of like you're gonna have to like grow into it a little bit, because at first it's gonna sound a little strange, but I think you're gonna have to like, grow into it after you watch a few more episodes. So that's kind of, I think, where I'm at when it comes to Mikoto's voice in the free dub for Johnny Yamba. So that's where I'm at with him. So we'll see what's gonna happen here. Now let's move on. Who do I want to move on to next? I mean, I should go in order like I did in the last video, which was Haru. But I kind of want to talk about him last, only because let's talk about him. Haru. Oh man, like what happened? Thabreakmaster, you're dropping the ball, man. You're dropping the ball. You're actually the worst one in this dub. I'm sorry. You're just not sounding good at it. It does not fit. And I knew you were gonna be one of the problems of this dub, honestly. That's why I just started cracking up when I heard freaking Thabreakmaster is gonna be playing Haru. It's like there was no way. There's no way. Even if your acting is spot on, that you were gonna be sounding good with him. Because the voice is just too different, and it just doesn't work with the type of character Haru even is. And it's just bad. It really is. Like, the voice itself is really bad. It shouldn't be there. But when it comes to his acting, it's not really much to say, because I mean, Haru doesn't really talk like that anyways. And then when he does talk, it doesn't sound that great, and I think his acting is kind of like off with him as well. It's just like you're supposed to sound a little more monotoned, because I mean, Haru doesn't have like a ton of emotions and stuff like that, like it just, his type of voice works better for like Death the Kid, for instance. Death the Kid had a lot of emotions, and the way his voice fit for that character was freaking spot on. It was beautiful. It was really, really good, and it's just like, I can't accept this voice for Haru at all. Like, I can't. It's not even. I'm never gonna get used to it. I can already tell. Every time I hear him talk, it makes me cringe. And I don't normally say that when it comes to dubs like that, But that's how bad the voice is for Haru. But that's just my opinion. I just couldn't deal with him. I just could not deal with the voice and the acting. It just wasn't there. I'm sorry, Thabreakmaster. It just wasn't there for Haru. And so the main event, the main appetizer, freaking Rin is Vic Mignogna, or the voice is, voiced by Vic Mignogna. And this one I was pretty critical of too, because I was like, how the heck is his voice even going to remotely fit this character? But surprisingly, actually, because again, because he's such a good actor that, I don't know, like the voice isn't so bad on him. Actually, I was kind of surprised. I was like, what? I was like, really? I'm actually not minding the voice early. Like, I'm like, okay, then this is interesting. So I thought I was gonna have some problems. Now I still have some problems, because there are moments where I feel like some of his lines weren't dropped that well, but there's a lot more lines that he did drop well, as opposed to not dropping well. But it's just like his voice, I think, might be similar on to Mikoto's side, where I think I'm gonna have to watch more before I actually get really used to it, So, I mean, I think that's where I'm at when it comes to Vic's voice on Rin. I honestly will admit that, if they could have found somebody else to cast that could be a better fit for Rin, I would have been like, yeah, go do that. Especially for Haru. But for what we got, Vic is not doing a bad job. I'll just leave it at that. He's not doing a bad job overall. So, yeah. This is why I'm saying the dub is actually good. We have the strong side characters. We have Ray being really, really, really strong. We actually have Greg Aries doing a good job as well. And then we have the other three, that we have freaking Mikoto just doing decent right now. And he might, I don't know, I have to get used to him more. We have Vic pretty much on the same basis a little bit here. And then we have Haru just dropping the ball really bad with this character. So this is how I feel about the free dub. All right, only have to watch 2 episodes, because again, it's only 2 episodes that came out. If you want to like watch the episodes, if you want to know where it is, you should follow my Facebook fan page, and just for any kind of dub, actually, for instance, because when I do more dub thoughts, I will be putting it on my my Facebook fan page where you can go watch it and stuff, so you know what's going on, so you know where it is, so you don't have to keep asking conversation like, hey, where is it at and stuff. So definitely follow my Facebook fan page in the link description below. But yeah, tell me what you guys think about the free dub if you did watch it, and if you didn't, check it out. I'm really curious what your guys' opinions are on this dub. So yeah, this has been the Thabreakmaster, and until then, people, break out.